Okay, we are live. Can you check on YouTube? YouTube.
Okay, we are live.
Cool. On the same link, right? Okay, fine. Hello, everyone. So, hi. So, if you have joined, please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. So, what's the plan today?
So I did some more changes and then I
Should
went
I?
on a tangent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think my screen is not shared.
Yeah, now it's shared.
Okay.
Hi, Soing. Soing has joined us from Cambodia. Awesome. What time is it? In Cambodia.
Okay, so I was trying, where is it? I changed this
Mm-hmm.
to use a radio group,
Okay.
made a lot of sense. And
Yeah.
I just updated the tab buttons component, which I already had. So
Awesome.
this tab buttons were already being used at some places.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the old code. Now it is keyboard accessible.
Mm-hmm.
So works really nice.
Yeah.
And it also has the same height as this button. So the height problem is almost solved.
So this is not a button, right? The one
It
inside the
is
tab.
a radio group.
No, no,
It is a
not the
button.
button component. Like not the Frappe
No, not,
espresso button
yeah, not the
component.
button component.
So Ritvik asks how you made it accessible, keyboard accessible.
I didn't do anything. I just used the, so we are using Headless UI uh, components. So these are components without any UI. So you get to build the UI, the markup, the styling. You get to control that. What it gives you is best practices, keyboard accessibility, and all the good stuff. So yeah, we used this. So I mean, if you just see the examples, this is a radio group uh, component, but you can use to build components like these. I think there is only one example here, but if you see Tailwind UI, just by using radio groups, you can create so many different types of uh, user components. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yep, and it's called headless UI because it doesn't come with a. It's not a UI
Head,
component, so it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have a head. So it's like only the logic, only the structure of the components.
but what it also means is you have to write a bit more code,
Mm-hmm.
but you get that flexibility.
Yep.
I can remove this.
Cool.
So what I also did is I was trying a different breadcrumb style because I don't like this navigation. But now there's a problem where you can't discover it. I mean, if I hide this, open the- yeah, if I hide this is how it is supposed to look. And now you can't discover what other pages are there. You don't know where how to go to task.
Yeah. So now, okay, that's another issue.
Yeah,
It looks good, by the way, without that. Clean.
but yeah, we have to figure out the navigation part. But yeah, this is one idea. Another thing I want to do is upgrade this drop down component because it is used at a lot of places. So let me hide this for now. And let's work on drop down.
So Ritvik says drop down list question mark. So what do you mean by that? Like, do we, for navigation, do we have a drop down list? Because that wouldn't be, like, we can have a drop down list, but how will the user know where to click to basically open the drop down
Yeah, the
from?
discovery is the problem.
Yeah, discovery is the problem.
So I think one solution is this page could be that, because this is supposed to be the main project page, but then again the default is discussions for projects because I mean that is frequently used. But yeah, something that could be explored here. Down arrow.
Maybe it means in the breadcrumbs, like the last crumb has like a down arrow, kind of.
I thought about that, but then again, I want it to be simple
Uh,
and easily discoverable.
cool. Let's upgrade the drop down. I think select. No, not select.
Is it here?
I don't remember. Maybe I saw it in molecules.
Not here.
Check out molecules. Drop down. Yep.
Okay. In the
So
new,
by the way, yeah. By
yeah,
the way, I was addressing the audience. So we are like tomorrow we'll mostly fix the screen quality issue and stream directly from Faris's computer for today. Like we have what we have. Yeah.
the immediate change I see is rounded corners
Mm.
in the new design.
Yeah.
And it also has a good amount of drop shadow,
Maybe it's
which
like
is
Shadow
missing here.
LG or something.
I'll start with the most obvious thing, which is rounded corner, 12 pixels. So again, this drop-down component is using Headless UI because turns out even a drop-down component is pretty complicated.
Yeah.
Uh,
Keyboard navigation, accessibility. Like
Yeah.
the
So
main ROI is like accessibility.
yeah. So this is what I get. I click on the button. Now I can use my arrow keys, or I can type MAN to get to manage. So I mean that is the expectation. I mean that users have gotten used to with menu keys, with menu dropdowns. So that is what we get with headless UI. So in that way, it is pretty cool. I only have to handle the UI. So yeah, this should be 12 pixels. Okay, and the padding is 6. I think 6. Here it is 4. 1.5. Yes. And the height of this is 28. This is 32.
32.
Are these numbers visible on the stream? Can
Yep, yep,
someone
yep.
confirm that?
Uh,
Okay.
as far as I know, like the stream, it is visible. Maybe Harsh or Ritvik can confirm. So one thing like I noticed, like yesterday too, like there was uh, height set in button, right? Like
Yes.
what I usually do is like I somehow get it to that number using padding.
Yeah.
Like
So it
so.
depends. Even I have used both the methods,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on the component. Uh,
For this, what do
I
you
think
think?
so. Height will depend on the children. So in this case, I see an icon and text. So both should be fine because I don't think the text, the font size, and the icon size should be customizable for. I mean, in this case, a drop down should look the same across the UI.
Yeah,
So there shouldn't
makes
be
sense.
any. So in that case, you can use both. I mean, whatever gives you that a bit, the final result. But in case of button,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I noticed is so I have set height uh,
Mm-hmm.
because that was easier for me. So I could achieve the same height by using padding and font size and line height. But then setting one property seemed uh, easier
Easier.
for the
Mm-hmm.
height, but the width should be expandable. So
Yeah. So okay, PX2. Got it.
there is no, yeah, there is no width. And also the icon size. So if you see, let me open this storybook. So here, these icons are implemented as slots. These are not these are just slots in the button. So you could put anything here, not only icons.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing can be as wide as possible. So even the icon can expand the width, not only the text.
So in this case, the height
So
can also go up, right? The icon's height. So what
no,
happens in this case? In that case,
icon's height cannot. I mean, even if you try. So okay, I'll put a plus button here. What is this page? Project discussions. Yes. I have to know this. So this is a prefix slot.
slots are basically like empty spaces in your component that you can pass um, more components and it will place it. So the placement is controlled by the component itself.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so here we have an example. So I did
Yeah, that.
not set anything on the icon. No height, no width.
So
I
that's
think
why
this is
like
by
I was
default.
asking the height.
So here, if you see, it is fighting hard, but height is not affected, and height is keeping the height consistent is important for
Mm-hmm.
the button. If I set this to W4 H4, which is 16 by 16, that fits. Now, if I change the width to 6, so now I can increase the button width, and it still looks good. I mean, if there is a case where you want to put something here which is wide, but
Yep.
it won't, but does not affect the height, then that also works. So that is that. Okay, back to the height. So here I have used, even here I think I can directly use H7. I think if I don't use this. Yep. See how easy was that? What is the rounded? Okay, 8. This is 10. Should be 8.
Cool.
That looks nice.
Yep. Is the text what you want it to?
Let me check. No, I think both of these should be of the same color.
There is like lot of background noise from your side.
Okay. Just give me a second.
Cool.
Should be better now.
Yeah.
So this is what is the text? Just gray 800. Okay, text base regular. The color is 800. 800 text, not a sun base. And then this should also be of the same color, I think. Oh, 700.
I think the file is unsaved.
No, it is saved.
Okay. Maybe like lag
My
in.
VS Code, yeah, it lags sometimes, but I have autosave on
Okay, cool.
window blur.
Awesome.
So this is fine. Okay, shadow.
To Excel.
2XL. Largest shadow. All right. So what I also want to do, okay, but I can't check.
What?
I was thinking if I can make an exact drop down like this and then compare side by side. But I think that will be too
Icons.
much.
Yep. Icons will
Yeah,
be
icons
harder
are
to.
not the same. But yeah, I think this is cool. Just updating styles feels nice.
So how about like we can open the old GP and compare? That will be good.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay, when did you add login with GitHub?
It is just using Frappe's social media login. I haven't done anything.
Okay. So it
It's
works.
just pulling out. Yeah, it works.
Cool.
I mean, if Frappe's login works, then this also should work. But here, I don't think, I don't know if login with GitHub will work. What happened?
It's not loading anything. Ha. Ha, 45. Internet is not the issue. Oh, okay, it's back. I have a doubt about hosting a site after production. Is there any build command available in Frappe to get minimize host in Netlify or any other method? I'm a beginner. So, do you want to take this or should I?
Minimum sized folder to host in Netlify. So I think you are asking for
Static
pre-built
sites.
HTML pages, static pages. Frappe, I mean, currently I don't think Frappe is built for that. Even though you can make it do that,
Yep.
but that is not Frappe's.
Think of Frappe like Django with extra batteries, and then how you host Django is how you host Frappe. So like separate server, you can't host it like it doesn't output like static pages which you can host somewhere else. It's like comes with its own database and like all the components. So you can check out Frappe Cloud where you can easily create a site and host. If you check the description, I have a link for sign up which gives you like 15-day free trial without any credit card. Do check that out. Create a site, play around, and you will like dig deeper and you will learn more.
Although, I mean, to complete the answer, I think there should be
Yep. We have
something like
discussed
this,
this
a
like
feature like this, and yeah, in Frappe, where you can build static pages out of whatever data you have.
yeah, it
But
should be
right
right.
now, it
Like
doesn't do
so what I'm planning to do with build with Hussein.dev, like 31st May, I'm like planning to do it. So basically, my solution is to like deploy it on GitHub pages, but then at build time the data is pulled from Frappe. So Frappe JS SDK and like we pull it and then render the pages. So if Frappe is able to use the data to render the pages at build time and like serve them as static pages, because currently one more issue is like it doesn't have a concept of truly static pages. Like I have a issue on GitHub. Like we need truly static pages, and if that happens, then we can do build step generation of pages, right? That would be like lot cooler
yeah.
for static websites at least. Cool. Yeah. Now the difference is visible clearly.
Yes, looks
Ah.
nice.
Yep. Clean. Like sometimes small like padding and just making the text size changes it like affects the design a lot. It goes from like novice to professional in many cases. Like I have seen that.
Even just changing, we did a slight change in color.
Yep.
Even that,
Awesome.
cool. That
Cool.
was fast.
Is it there in
What?
like storybook? Not there, right? As
No,
of
not
Okay.
yet.
Cool.
We can add. Okay, let's try. Let's go all the way. Yeah, I also already created this. Okay.
Like
I
future
think
Faris,
here,
like past Faris is like faster than us, so he has already done stuff, and then like we go ahead and complete it. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, sometimes I think whether this is the right way because I get three ideas at the same time and I want to do all of them. Even right now, I think there are two parallel branches in a WIP commit, which I wanted to explore.
Yeah. I don't think that's just your problem. Maybe many devs have that. Even I like, but somehow I managed to not create like a second branch at least whenever like at least I'm to some point I am like clear that this feature will not require major changes. I kind of try to stick to it. Although my projects are small anyways nowadays. It takes item.
It takes options,
Options is
options,
okay,
drop-down options.
is an array of objects or strings, I guess.
array of objects.
Okay. So if I recall correctly, we had also an API pass that took like string of options and then used the same string for label and value.
I don't know if that is the case now.
Okay, there is a normalized drop down items. I think that does that. Does it?
No,
No, it
even
doesn't.
that expects option
Okay.
to be
Okay. Object.
because at the
I
very
don't know.
least you need a handler.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I
So
recall that.
just
Okay, it was not in here. It was in select input type select. Okay, now I recall where
yeah,
it
for select
came
it
from.
makes sense.
Yep, it was in select. Awesome.
So here, yeah. So I'm wondering if this is the best way to write this in template form. And here, I mean, will this be useful? The storybook for Dropdown because the input is a little complicated. And even this, I don't like handler, should be on click.
Yep. Like inner, you are referring to it as on click, but maybe let's change the API because on click makes sense.
It should be on click. I have used handler at some places, but so, I mean, this is also something that I'm trying to clean up across components. The API should be consistent. Even in dialog, I think there is handler. Yeah, even that should be. Yeah, in dialog there is handler. In divider also there is handler. Why is this?
Divider. I wrote divider, right?
Okay, this should also be on click, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So I tried to follow what you already had.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But in this case, on click is also a valid attribute in view.
Uh,
So that will be confusing because if you do add click on divider, that will pass on click.
mm,
But for dialog and drop down, I think on click is better. Where else have you used? These are not names, these are fine.
text editor.
Text editor.
Oh, that's like.
Okay, this is view API.
Hmm.
So should we change this to on click?
Yep. Like reads better is better. Like,
Even in dialog. So then we should also upgrade dialog.
ha. Ha. It shouldn't be like it should. Be. And I don't like the current API of dialog. If you haven't changed it, so like too many
Hmm.
slots to remember, and I don't know. Somehow, the default slot does not do what it's supposed to do.
So we can add ability to for the default slot. But I think this API is pretty cool because I mean this is very flexible. We can replace the top slot with the default slot.
Yeah. So let's
But
like
then
finish drop down and then we can come back.
okay. So handler. This
On
will be
click.
on click.
Yep.
Does this work?
Okay. There is already some issue.
Template error.
Error passing JavaScript expression. Ha. Dot filter is not a function. Okay, it
It's
works.
working.
Cool. Maybe
Now with
let's
icon.
also add an icon. Yeah.
Works. But even here, I need to do something about icon handling across FrappeUI. But that is a problem for another day. So what I have thought of is something like this should work. Or you can put something like this. It will
Yeah,
pick
it
up
should be like
icon.
configurable too. I think like
Yes,
if I want to use phosphorus icons, I should be.
correct.
Yep.
Yeah, that should be there. Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to make this work. But for now, this works. I think if I don't put an icon, okay, it will be under a circle.
Cool. Let's add one or two more options and then. Are you guys with us? Any questions? Any feedback? Anything? Like just post it in the chat. I'm like constantly glancing the chat as well. Cool.
Okay, render is a function. I can't use this. I want to use an icon button. I want to see how to use it. Filled without component.
Button 2.
My
Okay, why does
editor
it?
has become very
Okay.
slow.
Yeah.
Now, okay, we got something.
Mm-hmm.
The name is not correct. It should be.
More horizontal. It is correct. Maybe check the warning or error in the console. No, something else. So it's like router issue.
It's
I think like
nothing.
is it a slot, right?
Yeah, it is the default slot.
Okay. Ah, that was the issue.
Height was the issue.
Cool.
But this is not right. If I check this,
Hmm.
the height and width are 32 by 32. Okay, let me check here. Okay, it has to go in the icon slot.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was like. I meant.
Can this go directly in that slot? I don't think. No. That API has changed in Vue 3. Now it is correct.
Yep.
So this is definitely a lot more to type. Previously it was just icon equal to,
Yeah.
and it was very convenient.
But trade off, right? Somehow.
Yeah. But yeah, this is an example of custom button uh, for Dropdown. So if you don't pass any button, you get this default options button. I think even that you can customize using the button prop. So here you can pass
Title.
whatever you would pass to the
Yep.
button component. So let me make that an example with custom button.
Yeah, the more the documentation, the better, because then people will know that okay, this exists.
Yes. So now I can get rid of this. And just pass it. So that works. So I think if you want a icon component, icon button, then you'll have to use it this way. This won't work. Oh, it
Works.
does.
Maybe the new updated component handles the button as well. The icon prop as well. Yeah, it's handling that.
No, this is items. not the
No,
actual
it's
button.
drop down. Yeah.
Does it support icon component? Okay, it does. It does it. Uh,
Cool.
then does it support? Okay, it still supports icon right and icon left.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't remove that. Then why did it didn't it work before? So let me try that. Icon left plus, and this shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm. Something's wrong. No.
So this does not work even though. Okay, this is incomplete code, I think. If I do this, no,
Mm.
so we'll have to handle this. But anyway, let's focus on Dropdown. So this is, I shouldn't put this in example because probably that is going to be
Mm-hmm.
the mode.
Cool.
And there should also be an example for groups. So let me also add that. Let me see if I remember. Group actions items. With custom button and groups.
So we haven't styled
Okay.
the
Yeah.
group header yet. Yeah. Gray 500 medium.
Even that is, I think, height of 28, which makes things easier. At 7. And the text is SM medium 500. So SM Font medium, not uppercase. 500.
Yep.
Okay,
Centered. I think you have to center it manually
yeah, it
now
needs to be
since we set
centered.
the height. Yep.
So do I need flex for this one item? Yes. Done.
Cool.
I think there is one difference. If I check this and this side by side, not sure if you can see the difference, but there is a difference.
What is it?
Uh, because of two properties that are set in Gameplan. So one is font variation settings. So this is changing the optical size to 24. So this is available in enter variable font. Let me show how it affects. I
Okay,
am
so
not
it's
sure
not
if
enabled in Storybook, right? As of now.
correct.
Yep.
So this is available in enter. I remove this. You will see.
Yeah, something changed.
So the overall text gets tighter. And with anti-aliased, does not use subpixel rendering. So even that makes the font thinner. It makes it look good on high DPI screens. So that so now I have to decide whether these styles should ship with Frappe UI, and if yes, how. There should be a style. Okay, so probably I can add it here because I am using enter a variable font. Maybe I can put these somewhere around here. Okay, I can use layer base. So now whenever Frappe UI is used, you also get these.
Cool.
So now in Storybook, okay, it applied the changes already. So now it is
Yep, similar.
the exact thing. So we're working on groups. Is it done or is anything?
Like there is no variant for multi groups, but
Multi groups. Let me check if it is there for some other screens.
I'll go and grab some water and come back.
Okay.
You can continue. Yeah. Yep, I'm back.
Could not find an example of multiple groups. Maybe I should put a comment there.
Yep, comments are like, then we don't have to remember it somehow.
All right, I think we are done with Dropdown, and it looks really nice, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Even in like the blurry quality, I see it's like clean.
Yeah. Even these examples. So one thing, yeah, this is an issue that I face with Storybook. How do I show the exact code? How to achieve this so that this can be copy pasted? So try to do something, but obviously it is not correct.
Maybe check the docs. Let me just.
I tried
Storybook.
looking for it, could not find it.
Okay, so it wasn't working before as well.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't found a way to use this properly. Okay, the click handler is not working because we changed the API. Great, I think I should update Dropdown API everywhere.
So this is a known issue. I found one issue on GitHub. Dynamic snippet rendering. There is a
But is there
workaround.
a way I can hard code the snippet?
Uh, Template. Okay, yeah. So what you can do is like dot. I will send it to you. Uh, like maybe where should I send it? Like in the chat, YouTube chat. I'll send the link
YouTube
to.
chat.
I don't know where should I send. Uh, cool. I've sent it in YouTube chat.
Okay, link.
Yep. So I have linked to a comment. So basically you can pass the component name dot parameters equal to docs source code. Yep. Primary dot parameters.
Doc source. Okay. Okay. But this is old API. Not sure if this works on Storybook
This
7.
should work, I guess. Should work. Parameters because args still works. We can give it a try. Maybe doesn't work. Then doesn't work.
So for this basic example, where is it?
Basic dot. Okay.
So in here there should be parameters, docs, source code.
Too much nesting. Yep.
Yep,
It
it works.
works.
Nice. So I have to copy paste the snippet. And it can do props passing, I think. If there are props. Awesome. This will be useful. I just have to handle the nesting. But yeah, this is good enough. I think if you copy this code and try it,
Yeah,
it should
it
work
should be.
directly.
Hmm. Cool.
So yeah, I think we're done with
Okay.
Dropdown.
Let's push it.
For that, I don't like this console log ASDF.
Alert. Maybe alert. It's more obvious. Even ASDF, like, remove it, like something like edit title. Yep.
So one thing that I think that I can think that you can't do here is colored icons or this or colored text.
No, as you were saying, like they should be consistent, right? Why? Okay, so dangerous actions like
Yeah,
red or something.
but I think
Uh,
we already have. Let me check. Yeah, you can render a custom component.
yeah, if like people need flexibility, they can do that. But
It's
we can
there
also have like I don't know, theme prop.
for each item.
Huh, probably because if it's a delete, so for example, the trash, right? It can take a theme and make it red text or whatever because then it will be consistent. Because if people implement custom, what do you say? It won't be consistent across like wherever it is used. Like some may use red 500, some red 600, and so on.
So
Anyways,
one
like
thing that I think is there should be flexibility, but going off the standard. So doing something inconsistent should be harder,
yep.
even though it is possible. But yeah, that is my idea. So in some cases, so if you give flexibility, does not mean that the user is going to try to be inconsistent. Just means that it should allow for more cases. Right. So one, I think example is here. So this search input, I believe this is a search input.
Yeah, will
I'm not sure
work.
what the intended case here is.
Like it's not. I don't think this is like proper drop down. It like might be on select or autocomplete
Yeah,
based on.
this is not a drop down component.
Yeah, maybe we can worry about that when we like implement autocomplete or similar thing.
I'm worried about this huge,
Yeah.
these spaces.
Like define it outside and then maybe.
Then I have to do it for all.
Uh, like we don't have to worry too much because stories are like will be not touched that much.
So, okay, I have an idea.
Ha. Dry. Got it.
Get story.
Haha. Dry principle in action. So we don't have we pass the source code as well as template. Okay.
Correct. So it
Cool.
will give me the whole thing. So render, I need the render. And instead of this, I will have, and I also need this. Now I can, so this is not required here, I think. Yes. I can just do what code spaces, GitHub Copilot
Copilot
is doing.
says. Yep.
Uh, all right,
It works.
it works. I hope this is not a breaking API, but works for now.
Yeah, we should do this for all components. Or okay, but the issue is
No,
the
not
components.
all. I think. Okay, so for yeah, for this we might need a separate function because I don't want to write this for every story. But yeah, we'll figure something out. But at least the good thing is we are only writing the component, the template
Template
once.
ones. Yep. That's the main benefit of like, having this function. They say like till view 2 it was working and after view 3 is broken and like they haven't fixed it yet. So it is closed, but okay, 14 Fab.
At least this code is copyable. Is that a word?
Copyable.
Able
Able
to
to
be
be
copied.
copied. Yep, copyable is a word. Any software offered. Okay, no, it's like okay, it was used in software context. Fine.
Okay. So yeah, I think I'm happy with this now. This can be committed.
Maybe get story can be no, it can't be general. Then we need to pass the components everywhere. Okay, for now it works.
For now, it is fine.
Yep.
If we find another generic, then it can be improved. So lots of changes.
Why is there a red line in menu item? I don't know. Yeah, they're there.
Menu item.
Like the closing tag. Line 62.
I don't know that.
Like just do Command F. Okay, it is there, but huh? Yeah, it doesn't break, so doesn't matter.
Maybe syntax highlighting problem, but
Mm.
not sure. But yeah, it works fine. We haven't added custom example. So
Oh,
you
dot
have to
component.
render some, yeah. If I can copy this with custom component. So options, let me remove the groups. Instead of label and all of that, can directly pass a component.
So Rajneesh asks, sir, is it possible in Frappe to upload a folder? Hmm. So I assume you're asking from desk. I don't know. File upload is possible. Folder upload is like not possible in vanilla Frappe.
Folder upload, not sure.
Mm.
I heard that folder upload is complicated. Depends whether the browser has the
Mm.
updated API, but not
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, I think like Frappe Drive, the product in the works,
Hmm.
like Arjun implemented like the folder upload, recursive folder upload. So I'll post a link to that. Maybe like it's simple enough, but you will be able to upload folders. It's in beta, by the way, Rajneesh. You can check it out. You are welcome.
So now this does not work. Or we can pass it directly somehow.
This won't work because the component does not contain drop down item.
But I'm passing, yeah, it won't work. Maybe I can just add it here. But even then, how would you pass props to it? It is rendering something. at least. But it is not rendering this thing. It is rendering this. What about this?
VF item dot component.
VF item dot component. This is an API to give some thought about.
So maybe pass like. So currently we are passing the component name, right? Okay.
Now we are passing the component itself directly.
Yeah, the component itself, but we are not. I don't know. That won't
So
work there.
I think slots will be a better way. Yeah, but we'll have to rethink this API. I won't add it for now until I've got a better API tool. This is not required.
Maybe add the styles too, so the fix is there. Yeah, can be a separate comment. I don't know. But this will override like user settings, right? If they are using something.
Yes. So either this can be provided as a separate class. But for now, let's go with it. Because this is needed for better text rendering.
Yeah, let's go with it. Like if we face some problems, we'll. This was the exact commit message I had in mind.
Text rendering CSS styles.
Text rendering. Like I didn't think of CSS style. Text fixing text rendering.
CSS styles is kind of
Yeah.
given by the file name. All right.
Oh.
We also
Okay, yeah.
pulled in this.
Yeah, we pulled in this cherry picked. Okay.
That is fine. Now we can. Okay, I was in the middle of updating the Dropdown API everywhere because we broke. You have to change handler to on click. There are 18 results. Okay.
Let's see if like people are still around. Okay, 4 people are there. Good number. Like given Like this is start of the stream.
We are already.
Like
What do you
touching
mean by start of the stream?
start of the stream means like we just started yesterday, right?
Second
If
stream.
we
Okay.
yeah, second stream, yeah. Yeah, not the start of like this stream, but by the way, like got a certain boost in number of subscribers somehow.
How much is it?
Now it's 176. It was, I think, 159, like 1.5 hours ago. Cool. So people do like this content.
There are a lot of handler. So in this case, I've used drop-down options.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I like the API that we have. I mean, for now. So here these are drop-down options,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a on-click. So on-click, you open a dialog,
Mm-hmm.
and then in that dialog you have similar label
Hmm.
handler API. So this is where the consistency
Hmm.
helps. So now it makes sense to also update this
Yep.
to on-click. Let me do that because I don't want to pick and choose.
Yeah, let's get this two fixed and then we can.
So here,
So Rajneesh asks, sir, I can create a doc type in this. I create one child table with a attach field. I have 200 images. Currently, I upload one by one. Can I upload 200? So use an API. Write a script, use an API. Like you can copy the API keys and from the command line, write a small script, Python script, which basically uploads the files. So you can write a loop to upload all the files. And in the script also, like in the backend, you can write a custom API that basically attaches the images to the child table. So that would be the most straightforward way to do this. Like not out of the box, but a good solution. So write a script, use the API. I'll share the API docs. Upload underscore file is the RPC call I think you need to make. Python client. You can also use the Python client, by the way. Frappe Python client. Yep. So upload call. So this is an example you can have a look at. So this example basically shows you how to upload records from a CSV file to your Frappe instance. You just need to change the like API calls here and there, and you should be able to upload the files one by one. Like one by one means like in the loop. So you run the script, all 200 images uploaded. Hmm.
I'm trying to do the dialogue now.
Yeah. Also, there is like kind of shadow also, lighter shadow than we have right now, I guess. The backdrop. It's lighter or darker? I don't know. Something is
It is darker, I think, and
darker,
it
but more
is.
like less alpha, I think.
So this is gray, I think, and this is black with opacity. That is the difference I can see. You can check it.
Black overlay 200.
Yeah, black overlay 200. But there is also a background blur, but it is not. Black overlay 200 is what? That is
Black with
27%.
27%. Yep.
I don't know if I have added those overlay colors. Okay, I have added them. So this is, we can
Yeah.
directly use it.
Your okay. Your screen is back. It was stuck somehow. Okay.
So yeah, we can start with the easiest change, black overlay. Where is the
Easiest and
color?
so Talib Sheikh asks which front-end framework is good with Frappe framework, React or Vue? I think both. Like it depends on your preference. So like I don't know. I we use Vue, but
Yeah, I mean at this
mhm.
in 2023 you have a lot of options, and I mean uh, it now depends on the community, what kind of apps you're trying to build.
React in general has like because it came earlier, it has a huge what do you say uh, ecosystem of libraries and frameworks around it that are more mature than the Vue counterparts.
Yeah, and we see a lot of good ideas in other frameworks that were picked from React.
Yep. Hi Foss United. Hi Tahir Zag. Is it a hi or bye?
What is happening in the chat?
Yep. Like there is a this emoji. But I don't know whether it is a hi or bye.
Which front-end framework is good with Frappe framework?
Yeah, that way. I think it was a buy because there was a drop in watch count. So
So again, I'll start with, okay, so we have got the background overlay color exact. It looks already nice. Then you can start with border radius, which is 18 px. Okay. So one thing that is not customizable here is border radius and this whole this box. So for this, we can add another slot. This can be, what is this? G to XL is
There is
20.
no 18. We can have a 1.5 XL maybe.
No, I think these need to be rethought again. Maybe I should probably add all the stops.
So Sagar Patil, please reply. Okay, you have asked something. I want to override JS code to Python Frappe code. Is it possible? I didn't get your question. Like, do you want to override some JavaScript code in Frappe? Source code, or what are you like? Can you elaborate? Live feedback, people. So yeah, if people are watching, like, come back tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. We'll have Nikhil Kothari, and we are going to build a front-end application with React from scratch. Do join in.
All right. So I think for now I will use a rounded 18 because that is there in the design. But hopefully we'll come to a better solution by naming these values. So here this is 2XL semi-bold 900.
So Sagar, there is some Python code for field, but I want to override this Python code with my JS code. Client script for same doc type. Huh. You can't override like Python code using JavaScript code. You need to like customize. You can customize it via a custom app or write a server script if you want to extend the functionality. Client script is not the way to go.
So if this, what is the height? So this is also very tricky. I mean, here the height is what, 28. Oh, here we meet again. Maybe it is because of this button. Yes. So if there is a 28 height button, then there should be 20 px padding on the top. We don't have a button here. Should we add it? Is there
So
no
what's the
close button
current
in any
padding?
dialog? Current padding is 24 across. But now we are not using this kind of, even I don't like this because it conflicts with gray buttons. But well, we should add this close button.
Like it's 4:08 and let's wrap it up in like 22 minutes. Will we be able
Yeah,
to?
we can do that.
Cool. We can continue like where we leave tomorrow, or you can like complete and then we can discuss.
Even the dialog comes from Headless UI. So I'm looking for an example where they put close button. No dialog examples?
Models.
Minutes. These
Yep,
are
close button. So 180 subscribers. We will hit 200 I think today.
nice.
So I was writing a game plan post in the morning. Like I started it like yesterday about build with Usan, since like I haven't written any post on it yet. So I wrote down like a table of views and subscribers and all. Now all the data is outdated and now I have to update again before posting.
Good problem to have.
Yeah, good problem to have. So I think 154 is what the post mentions. Like now it is 180. Hopefully, like by the time I post it, it's like 200 and then good round figure too. Yeah, Aditya Pawar asks, which is the best framework, Django or Frappe? So, it depends, right?
What are you
It's like,
saying, Hussein? Obviously,
I,
Frappe is better.
yeah. So, like, whatever Django can do, Frappe can do as well. But Frappe does like two more components. So I think of Frappe as like an hybrid framework. So it's not just like code code framework, but it is like no code plus low code. So you also have no code tools. So even if like once you create a site, like you already have like a lot of things to work on, right? You don't need to deploy an app, write any Python code, right? You can use it, and then you have low code where you can write small amounts of JavaScript and Python scripts that customize the behavior, whatnot. Like just go to frappeframework.com and just follow the tutorial, the library management tutorial, and you will know the difference clearly. If you don't want to trust it, like just go ahead, follow that tutorial, and you will know. So if I recall, I was like in the onboarding call with Gavin, and I asked him the same thing, like, is Frappe similar to Django? Like 2 years ago when I joined Frappe, then at that time. Yeah, Rajnish says Frappe is best. Now you have like social proof, right? Again, like people try it and then they can't go back, right? So what I'm saying is like just go ahead, try it out, create a doc types, like follow the tutorial and come back to tomorrow's stream and let us know how it went. And if you need any help, like we are, like the Twitter links are down below, and also the discuss forum is there, where we are also like active. Now the stream got interesting, right? With all the questions coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you already know Django, you will be like familiar with like a lot of concepts already. So the model maps to doc types, but the everything happens through UI instead of defining a Python class. Just an intro, but follow the library tutorial and you will know.
This should be here. Where else is close being passed? So now we have the close implementation also.
Cool.
If my editor can save my file.
Yep, Sagar, you can add your own no field. You can add own fields, but if you want to add your own field type, then you will have to like modify the core as of now. So you can like each field type is called a doc field, and like every doc field has a type of field. So HTML code, data, like check out the source code and like you can like if it is a must, because but what I would suggest is like describe your use case. Most probably it will be like we will be able to model it somehow, so either using JSON or something. So I think people have done it in the apps. Let me just share a app from marketplace, Frappe Cloud marketplace, custom field. Yeah, I think this is a close integration that you may want to look at. So yeah, what we usually do is like save the JSON, once it back parse it however you want, and then use.
So, okay. I'm already deep into thought of how how to improve the dialog API, and I'm probably not going to stop. But I think we can stop the stream. But what I'm thinking is, right now we have this actions section where
Mm-hmm.
you can put multiple buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but now, based on the new design, I see. So this is clever. The cancel button is here always. So no need for a cancel button here. So that is why I can expand the button to the full width, and it looks nice, where we have one primary action and just that, which makes sense.
Maybe check insights. I don't know if I have seen there. Uh,
But
yep.
in all the other cases, you don't. I mean, you don't use the actions section, and you just make your components like you want. So, for example, this case, so
There's
you have
this.
to
Yep.
hand code this, which is fine, I think. In most cases, this will be the
Default. Yep.
yes.
This
So
reminds me
yeah,
like we should have a flushed button. Some like
block
full
button.
width. Yeah, block button. Full width.
So yeah, that is where uh, those are the things that came into my mind. So this is a medium-sized button with full width. So I'll have to see if the button component works in this layout or not. And we also have input components here. So we are already touching three components and three of the most important components: input, button, and dialog.
Yep.
But yeah, I think even today we did. Uh,
Yeah, good work. I think like we were able to get what drop down working, right?
yes,
In
with the
GP as well
stories.
as with the stories, with the like we committed it, and yep, we also fixed the styles, the typography. Yep, and we also answered some questions. That was fun. So let me
Maybe we should
switch. Yeah, yeah.
do some questions on maybe poll or something like that to ask people what time will be better for these
Makes
streams.
sense. So Amal Ghosh, I think we answered it like a few minutes ago, which is suitable framework with Frappe. So Vue.js is more suitable right now because you can use FrappeUI, but that doesn't like make it. What do you say? Like you have to go with Vue.js. You can use React, you can use anything else as long as it can. It doesn't run on a node server because yeah, like something like Nest.js you can't use because it's a separate framework in itself. But React or Vue you can. Like come tomorrow 2:30 p.m. we are going to build a React app live, and in the first episode I build a Vue app live. Like watch both, see for yourself the ecosystem, the APIs. Yep, and then you can decide. It's your call ultimately. Frappe doesn't force any particular framework
I think
ultimately.
what Hussein is also working on is starter templates for each of the popular
Yep.
frameworks. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
we
look, you
already have like
can.
Frappe UI starter, and I'm working on the React one. So as soon as like tomorrow's stream is finished, I will have more idea about how Nikhil Kothari is using it in Raven and production. So like that will give me an idea for that starter. So expect that soon. You're welcome, Amar Ghosh. So goodbye everyone. Do join in. Tomorrow will be a normal stream. And then day after tomorrow again we'll have this work hours with Faris. Till then I think Faris would have made a lot of progress and then we'll come back.
Some days are good, some days are bad.
See you tomorrow.
Don't know
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
awesome. Let me just